All right, welcome in a Tuesday morning for you, no matter where you are, unless you're over the pond somewhere, still stuck in some hangover from sandwich. But other than that, we at least believe you to be here in the East Coast or beyond, depending on if you're in Colorado or Hawaii or anywhere in between. And on this Tuesday, I mean, man, you talk about just devastating news with the NFL right before we come on. And it's a really good thing. We still have this thing going. I'll explain what's happening here with this Packers futures ticket, but it's a really good thing we did not choose the LA Rams and lock that LA Rams bet in, because they just lost their stud young running back who has a bright future in this league in Cam Akers for the whole season.
Yeah, an Achilles, right?
Oh,
yeah, it's bad news.
Come on, man.
Yep. Now he's a good young player, but I mean they can find another running back between now and the season. I don't think this is devastating.
Cam, I mean, look, Cam Akers showed a ton of promise and limited opportunities, and was expected this year to take over the offense in the backfield, especially with Stafford in town, throwing him the football a lot more. So, if anything, you could just look at Cam Akers being a pass catching back who can also help all of these guys that Stafford has to throw to. I don't know if they can just replace Cam Akers, Harry.
Well, what is he, a Hall of Famer already?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're talking about him like he's, the next coming of Terrell Davis or something.
He's gassed. He's really hot at it.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, the last time I saw him, it was in the mud. He was running through guys at fast forward. It's a pretty big loss for a team, no?
Well, I know.
No, it is.
If I was a fan of the Rams, I'd be bummed out today. There's no doubt about that.
His season's over.
But his season's over. That doesn't mean the team's season is over.
Well, they make their hair on the defensive side of the ball anyway.
Exactly.
So, Now, if you'd have said 99, they'd have 99
If Aaron
problems.
Donald blows his Achilles, they got issues.
Well, okay.
He's not really replaceable. Although it's interesting you bring that up, Barrett. It's just a hypothesis, and nobody wants him to get hurt. But I saw Jimmy Kempski's piece in the Philly Voice today suggesting that the Eagles should trade Fletcher Cox.
I read that also.
So if that did happen to the Rams, maybe that would open up an avenue to get a first or a second round pick out of the Rams.
So the Eagles are now trading their arguably, if not still, best player on defense.
While he's still, marketable.
Why it got value, the value aspect of it.
Because they're not going to compete this year is the idea for a championship. And by the time they get good enough, the window is closed. That was the point of the piece.
Wait a second. What's value back?
Second round pick.
For Fletcher Cox. Really?
That's what he suggested. Barrett read it too.
I mean, and to be honest,
no way.
If you're on a team that's not competing, it kind of makes a little bit of sense. Yeah. It makes a little bit of sense. But with this new coaching staff, there's just so many undetermining factors. You usually have determining factors whether you're going to be bad or good. We have so many undetermining factors as far as, what the coach is going to do. How is he going to implement whatever he's going to do on both sides of the ball, special teams. Mm-hmm. So, you really can't focus on whether this team is going to be the bottom of the barrel or they sit halfway in between the barrel. So, I'm anxious to see what's going on. In fact, I just got an email from the Eagles saying that we have, when the veterans come back on the 12th, we have that game. It's the Pittsburgh game. So it works out great for me. Thursday night, the 12th. Alumni come in.
The preseason game.
Yeah, the preseason.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, I come in as an alumni, walk on the field.
Oh, wow. Look at this. You're getting a nice treatment. Now, is this for the Steelers or for the Eagles?
For the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
Eagles. And it's just so happens
what you ought to do is just walk to the other side of the field and join the Steelers because that's where you won your ring.
Yeah. Go there,
that would
say
be
what's
awesome.
up to the coach. Yeah.
That would get some publicity for the show, too.
They would.
What's this Barrett Brooks guy doing? He's
would
walking
run
to the other side of the field, Eytan. Look, he's flashing a ring.
That happened before. That really happened to me before.
Yeah.
I went back to Kansas State University.
Oh, that's
They had this new coach. And the new coach, he basically just used me. I came in, first of all, when I got there, I didn't call or anything. I just showed up, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I helped build that school. You know, it was a terrible school before I got there. I get there. They bring me in. They have me talk to the, the prospectives, that they want to come in, play for Kansas State. So I get through talking to all these guys. Yeah, Kansas State's a great place to go. And, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, and all of a sudden I turn around. The game's about to start in like 30 minutes. And the AD, the assistant AD, who was actually a player that played with me, told me, hey, man, you got your ticket? I'm like, no, I don't have a ticket. Why do I need a ticket? I'm going to be on the sideline, right? You can't be on the sideline. Coach doesn't want, former players on the sideline.
It was Ron Prince, wasn't
Ron
it?
Prince, yeah.
Yes,
I said,
yes.
What? What do you mean he didn't want me on? I just got through telling this is the perfect place to be and yada, yada. So it's me and my boy Andre Coleman, a former NFL player also. Long story long, we have to walk to the other side to Kansas because Coach Mangino was my offensive line coach. He was the head coach at the other team.
Yeah, that little fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we sat on their sideline during the game. Alumni was pissed.
You need to do the same thing on the 12th. That would be great.
He ended up getting fired like four months later.
Yeah, he didn't last long there.
No.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, a Tuesday here, so we welcome you in listening on Sports Map Radio as we head into what could be the final. I just hope it is, mind you, the final day of the NBA season. Just get this damn thing over with. Selfishly, of course, so we can start talking about trades.
Yeah.
That's really what we have. I mean, there's a report coming out as expected that guess who has been the most aggressive suitor for Damian Lillard? And I'll give you 100 guesses and tell you right away it ain't the Sixers.
No, I was going to say the Knicks, but now that you bring it up that you'd give me 100 guesses, I guess it's some out of nowhere team.
Well, no, it's not out of nowhere. Actually, I think it's
the Warriors.
We have all talked about because of the destination and the guy who refuses.
Miami.
Yes. And look, Miami is the new New York, cuz.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Miami is like what LA. I mean, man, people want to go and play there. Barrett would love to go. And you kidding me? If somebody offered him to do a radio show in South Beach versus sticking around in South Jersey, no shade to Mays, Shander, JAKIB Media, Sports Map, or anything. He's gone. And nobody can throw anything back at him. It's gonna
don't just pin that on Barrett. You can say I'd do the same damn thing.
It's already look. You would go to Newark, Delaware, to do a show. All right, to get out of this.
I don't know about that.
You know, it's messed up. I never crossed the Mason-Dixie line as far as playing either, man. Everywhere I went was a cold weather team.
Yeah,
all of them were cold weather. Detroit.
That needs to end. That nonsense needs to end.
Get it out of here.
Let's take our show national, baby.
Exactly.
No. I put a lot of faith in Cam Akers on a couple of best ball drafts. All right.
Yeah, I saw that tweet. I didn't even understand what you were talking about.
There it is, right there.
Oh man, look.
Yeah.
Look. I have to be honest. If you haven't played best ball, it's the best way to marry season-long fantasy football, which nobody plays anymore, and DFS, like tournaments every single week. It's a really fun way to kind of keep the season going. And you draft just like you would draft a regular season because you have these guys throughout. Now, the nuance and the rules are different. Back in 3 on Sports Map, still live here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. So you draft, essentially, it's real quick. Essentially, you draft a team, right? And you have quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. No defense, no kickers. The idea is in your roster, whoever has the highest scoring week starts. So you don't choose your lineup. If you have Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey as your 2 running backs, but some rookie out of Boise comes in and has 300 yards and you have him on your bench, he's your starting running back that week. So you basically have to draft accordingly, but you can take shots like, the kid Tony for the Giants, right? Or Slayton for the Giants. These outside guys who are like 3rd, 4th options could blow up one week and you get points as a result of it. So that's really the strategy behind it. That's why a guy like Cam Akers has a lot of boom bust because he could have a huge week. You just don't need him to have a season long each week.
That's to me, that's a better way of doing it anyways, because Saquon last year. I mean, he killed people last year because he
and season long is a disaster.
Exactly. Oh, it is, man. It
Guess
is.
who drafted him in the Sports Map Radio League, number 3 overall, Barrett Brooks?
That'd be you.
What?
Yeah.
Like a jackass.
But I thought that Sports Map League kind of blew up and nobody paid. Nobody paid. Yeah, you're dealing with a league with a bunch of cheap radio guys.
Jake Ashton didn't even pay. What the hell is that?
Well, what's going on with our bet?
We just haven't placed it yet.
Is it in?
Not yet. I want to make sure that no super chats have come in yet, and we'll explain. All right, so this is what we're doing. We did this yesterday. We opened this up yesterday. I want to make sure that it's still the same odds. Nothing has dropped. But we are opening this up for a show bet where you can pledge via the super chat however much you would like to place in this futures bet for the Packers to win the Super Bowl at plus 1,700. Now, Barrett, Harry, myself, we got things going. We kickstarted this with 100 each. Some other people have since popped in.
Well, before we get to this, we got to hurry up on this because I'm just reading an article by John Breach and Jeff Kerr. The Packers have reportedly offered Aaron Rodgers to be the highest.
He turned it down.
He turned it down.
He turned it down already.
Well, so that helps us. AJB, beautiful, $5.
Yeah, he turned that down. And basically what that would have done had he accepted it, that would have gone beyond Jordan Love's rookie deal. Yes. So basically they're telling Jordan Love, look, you're not the future here. We're going to sign this other guy again.
Well, he knows that.
Yeah.
He has to know that.
Wow. Nick's willing to give up 3 first-rounders and trade for Lillard. You still think this dude's coming here? Come on. Oh, man.
You're listening to the
You wouldn't do that?
Sportsman
yeah, if I'm the Knicks, I'm just saying he ain't coming here.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts
Look at this, the Penguin AZ.
Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
A couple of people have since popped in. We need to make sure Ron Culver is not out entirely. Oh, did we ask him yesterday? I forget. We
didn't
do
answer.
No? Okay. So AJB has pledged $5 towards this group bet, which has become a show thing. It's a middle bet. We're going to place it at the end of this show. And that for the Packers to win this thing at 1,700. Don't worry. Well, a good night last night, technically this morning. Peter KRZ in the house. Look at this. The super chats are flying here.
Yeah, that's great to see. Now, thanks to everybody, for getting involved. But what about we sprinkle a little bit on the Buffalo Bills Green Bay Packers Super Bowl matchup, which is 70-1.
Now,
I just got that from our buddy Jimmy Shapiro in the email last night.
Which is an illegal book, just so we know. So
well, it's Bet Online is what it is.
Yeah, well, that's not legal where we are. So we need to find a legal book. Well, we need to find. I'd like to do it on a legal book.
Why?
Well,
what's the difference?
I tell you what. You handle the Bet Online one, and I'll handle the Packers one. Okay.
Jesus.
All right, you go ahead and do that.
You're saying our buddy Jimmy Shapiro is illegal?
No, I'm not saying he's illegal. I'm just saying technically we can't use that book in PA. That's all.
I think it's a Costa Rica outfit.
I'm not saying I am. I'm not. I'm just laying out for the purposes of YouTube.
Yeah.
That book is not technically legal.
Okay. That's all fun. But the PGF note, he could get us in touch with the guy who sets the numbers for them. I've actually done some work with that guy. He's legit.
Oh, no. I'm not saying these books don't pay out. I'm not saying these books don't have some sharp odds or some maneuverable odds. I'm just saying, as this is like when you get captured, name, rank, tag number, right? That's all for YouTube purposes. All I'm saying is that book is not technically legal where we live. All but right. I'll let you handle. Why not that? You tell me what you need from us, and we can do that. Look, we're getting closer, and we only have to the end of this show here to continue to build this up. So right now, we actually have a bunch of people in here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's some good change on here,
Mm-hmm. Boy, that the second favorite on the illegal book as far as a Super Bowl matchup.
I don't know. Let's say global market. Okay. That's a term that we can use that doesn't have an ugly ring to it like illegal book. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
On the global market, the second favorite is the Rams and the Chiefs, 28-1. Now, I wonder if that takes a beating today because of this Cam Akers thing. That's got to change.
It's got to. Now it's probably going to be up there with 70-1 also.
I don't know about that much, but it'll rise. The first one on here that I see the Dallas Cowboys involved is the Cowboys Chiefs at 55-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cowboys Chiefs. I like that. Here's the thing. If you're taking that, don't you also have to take no, Eric, I'm not dry snitching anything. I'm making sure we don't get kicked off today. Don't we have to kind of factor in Dallas or at least Kansas City? What's Kansas City's futures here?
Yeah, Kansas City, but not Dallas.
No, but I'm saying this. If we're going to take Kansas City, Dallas, I'm also going to put 2 units on Kansas City to win it at 500.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dallas is not Kansas City not losing to the Super Bowl 2 straight years. Although I said
not if they get
3
there.
straight to Milwaukee, and they're about to lose 4 straight. So what the hell do I know? I'm telling you, man. You look at my bets over the past 2 days, it's stick to ping pong.
Did you see? I woke up to a bunch of your plays this morning. I guess you did. I guess you did well.
Hey.
Did you see the referee matchup for tonight's game is getting a lot of run today?
No.
It's doom and gloom for Chris Paul and the Suns because Mr. Foster is the head official. And according to what I could find out, Chris Paul has lost 11 straight playoff games when officiated by Scott Foster.
Where do you find this at, man? This is next level, man.
Yeah, it's pretty available right now.
Honestly, though, Barrett, and this is something that we should be talking about way more. Like there are 4 things in the NFL when you add your position of all things, right? It's line, right? Who's healthy, who's not healthy on the line. That's what you look at. But weather, travel, and officials.
Mm-hmm.
Harry will if you have information on all 3 of those, Harry will tell you have an edge up.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Maybe not even winning a bet, but you have an edge on looking at whether a number makes sense. Like, okay, that number's right on.
A total.
Yeah, a total. You know? Exactly. Wow. 11 straight.
11 straight. There's a beef between these two. That's obvious. And
I hate to do it to him.
It goes against Phoenix. So there's a lot of stuff on social media saying that the Bucks fans are already drunk, celebrating the championship.
Right.
Giannis is already getting measured for his MVP ring and all this kind of stuff.
Wait a second. I think this is actually more than 11 straight.
What? Well, see, this is crazy, man. Is it
more?
That much?
Maybe it is more.
Yeah, I think it is because I'm about to pull up a tweet from May 28th in which Chris Paul himself is referencing this.
He referenced it in a post-game press conference.
Yeah,
after a playoff game.
May 28th.
Was that against the Lakers?
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up for you right now. It must have been the conference championship. May, June. No, you're right. This had to have gone back. Right? Look, here's what doesn't make
more than 11 now.
Look, this is the video itself, all right? Real quick, we'll play this video here. What happens? We'll get it up. But the thing is, it's from May 28th. So Anthony Slater is the one who tweeted this. And just so that people, if you can't see it, Chris Paul redirected the end of his final 3 press conference questions tonight to the same stat. 11 games in a row. Paul's teams have lost 11 straight playoff games refereed by Scott Foster. Now, this tweet came out when? May 28th. So we'd have to go back to May 28th and see, because if Foster,
that was after a Lakers game.
You got to try to, limit their free throw attempts.
Low.
You know, they're shooting a lot of free throws. Last game tonight. I mean, if I was a betting man, 11 games in a row. 11 games in a row.
Ooh.
Let's see what happens.
And that was after they lost 109-95 on Thursday, May 27th to the Lakers.
Okay. Now, we have to see how many games, and this is where the level of mining becomes worth the return of investment.
Mm-hmm.
Has that streak been snapped? Because if it hasn't, and Foster very well may not have reffed a game since that with Paul, is my point.
Right.
So at the very least, it's 11, and this is now the 12th. If not more than 11, then this could be the third. Now, there's a small chance, right, that Paul or that Foster maybe reffed game 1 or 2. I don't know. But this is insane. All right. I see the finals, but it doesn't show the referees. That's in the box score, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I feel like you can get these referees. All right, this is going to take me a couple of seconds here. So by all means, take over the conversation and talk about whatever. What was the old Mike Myers?
I'm
very verklempt.
He's reffed 44 games according to Basketball Reference this season. Scott Foster.
Now, do you have a game log?
Well, I'm going to try to find a game log.
Oh, that is cut in some time here.
Yeah. It should be available, no?
Raw data.
Home versus visitor. 30 team. All right, let's go. Let's just go the teams. When he reffed against the Phoenix Suns. Let's see.
Yeah, this is insane because 11 straight in a closeout game, 96 games. Suns were 49-47 this year under Foster's eye. But that doesn't explain necessarily the playoffs.
Right.
I'm telling you, don't we have this guy in Philadelphia? Who is the NFL official? Morelli?
Yeah, I believe he was the one that had a bad record, or the Eagles had a bad record.
It was an awful record. What's is it not Morelli?
I think you're right. That sounds familiar. I just don't know what his first name is.
All right. Well, look, I think at this point, if you look at Game 5 officials, all right, here we go. NBA ref stats apparently has a list of who's doing what. So NBA Game 5 officials, Mark Davis was not Scott Foster, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, Scott Foster.
Okay, so Game 5 was not Foster. Game 4 was not Foster. Game 3 was Foster.
Well, Game 3, the Suns lost.
Correct.
So it's now 12.
Well,
that would be an additional game. It's at least 12 now.
Let's see if Foster, he did not ref Game 2, nor did he ref Game 1. So as of right now, the only game in which Scott Foster has reffed in the NBA Finals is also one of the losses. Pete Morelli. Thank you, Colin Berger.
That's it. Yeah, Pete Morelli. Tony Correnti, too, is a guy whose name comes up a lot.
Yep.
NFL.
I mean, how could you not fade hard on Phoenix tonight? Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to lay 200 on the Bucks? No.
What, money line?
Yeah, it's over.
What is the money line?
Well, the points are 5, right?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
5. Now, honestly, I think at the very least, you have something to work with. All right, we can leave it on that. We'll take a quick one here. We'll be back across the board. If you're joining us just now, hit us up with a like. Make sure you are subscribed to the JAKIB Media YouTube channel as we broadcast live and local from the Fritz and B and Cooley Law Studio. If you know someone who suffered a personal injury, contact Brian Fritz directly, a tough lawyer for a tough town. The Middle, sponsored by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Get yours now. Go to steersnacks.com. We are back in 3 across the board, and we'll try to find out a little more of this because This is huge. This could be it. I think we have just seen the final nail in the coffin for Chris Paul back at 3.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you. 1, 2, 3. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
This is The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, we'll have fake news coming up in less than an hour, and just looking at this game tonight, trying to wait for the season to end. Aaron Rodgers odds are out. Yes, minus 170. No, plus 130 to be the starting quarterback week 1 for Green Bay. And this is not like a Ben Simmons scenario where the Packers are just going to wait and see. Although I do wonder, real quick, hypothetically, what happens if now we'd have to pick a team, right, that makes sense as far as a team that's doing something. And I'm going to take the obvious ones off the board, like Mahomes or all. But like, if you're New Orleans, you're telling me that you don't have anything at all that you could trade and keep Thomas Kamara and that's it. Or what happens if somebody goes down, right? I mean, maybe that's a better thing to look at. Now, it's not going to be Dak Prescott again or anything like that, but hey, Josh Allen goes down, or I don't know, like
some team that's ready to win loses their starting quarterback.
The Ryan Tannehill goes down.
Yeah.
Right? Or I don't know if it would be Kyler Murray goes down, right? Something like that.
Right.
Are you not going to, and you may not have enough to where it even makes sense for the Packers in the first place to trade Rodgers, but that may be the best opportunity to bend a team over the barrel and say, all right, we're going to pillage you because you need a quarterback now, where it's like, already maybe the team who trades for him isn't going to keep him longer than that year. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. If you trade for Aaron Rodgers because Kyler Murray is hurt, I don't know what happens the year after.
Well,
you probably have to do something with that.
But this is kind of, I don't understand now. It's just personal between Gutekunst and A-Rod. It's just personal now. It has nothing to do with money because they offered him to be the highest paid quarterback. It has everything to do with those two A-Rod's hatred for the GM. I mean, you can't get past that.
It was a similar situation here in Philadelphia. I mean,
right.
The Carson Wentz's trust in the front office and the direction of the team, the general manager, and all that was shattered, and there was no walking it back. Maybe that's a similar situation.
These days I don't understand it, man. Because I was after free agency. You know what I'm saying? It was, it wasn't like in 85, 86, where there was no really free agency. They could just hide you on a roster. But even still, you couldn't just out and out just say, I just don't like this guy and just not play. I mean, where's this coming from?
No, and it still doesn't happen that way today, only with certain players and certain positions.
Well,
now it's not like the NBA where they just really control the league.
Well, I mean, you look at the cornerback position. Even cornerbacks are trying to do it now.
Yeah,
and getting away with it. You know what I mean? I mean, this is crazy that players are wielding this much power now.
They have a lot more power. Yeah,
a lot more. I mean, Jalen Ramsey got out of Jacksonville. I mean, how do you do that? He just, all right, I'm not going to play, and didn't play. Oh, I got an injury. I'm not going to play. That is crazy to me. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, I can't be mad. I mean, they're getting their money. I'm still pissed off right now that, Big V got for, $50 million for 5 years. Big V got that much.
I know. If I were you, that would wake me up in the middle of the night.
It's like a needle in my eye, man.
That's a knife in your back.
Right.
Seriously.
$50 million for 5 years.
Boss lady's like, man, I could have spent that $50 million.
Big time.
Oh man.
But $50 million, bro. And he's barely even starting.
I know.
He's trying to keep his job.
I know.
Come on, man. It's ridiculous. I get pissed off, man. I remember sitting down talking to Guy Mack about that. He said his first year, this guy, he was Pro Bowler and everything. His first year, he made $90,000.
Wow.
His first year.
Wow.
$90,000
as a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'd be hot too, man.
I mean, it's just giving money away, man. But I mean, I'm just irritated, bro.
I saw that Mark McMillan reached out to you on Twitter. One of our videos that Xander puts together on the JAKIB Media Twitter feed, sent out, a video of us talking about something football yesterday, and he commented on it. He goes, "That's my guy," to you.
I didn't even see it, bro.
See, Barrett doesn't even notice this stuff.
Unbelievable. Like, of all things, we thought, maybe you'd be like, all right, come on.
Yeah.
What was his nickname again?
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. Yeah.
So come on, man. What's going on here?
Anytime you want him, man. Anytime.
Yeah. Let's get him
anytime.
At 12:40.
When? 12:30? I'm texting him right now. 12:30. Here we go.
Eagles, Chiefs, 1990 All Madden team.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says on his Twitter bio. ESPN Las Vegas NFL Insider.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's what it says.
Oh, there's plenty to talk about. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We got to get this thing going here.
I'm on it right now.
He's a Bama guy too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's why I think Kale retweeted it.
Oh, yeah.
He follows Kale. They follow each other because they're all Bama.
Right. Well, Nick Kale's phone goes off like anytime Bama is mentioned anywhere.
Did he go there?
No.
No.
Kidding me?
Probably went to like Shippensburg or.
He's been to the state once.
Right.
He went to a
Bama
Auburn game. No, he went to the Auburn Alabama game a couple years ago, and that was it.
What is that? The Iron Bowl?
Yeah, the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
exactly what that
I
was.
did a couple of those games, man. It's unreal. Yeah.
He's a fan because his father was a fan. That's it.
Okay. All right.
So it was passed down?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Uh-huh. He's a fraud.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's a tough way, right? That's all. Because it's hard. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to not root for the team, your dad, but shouldn't you also be rooting for the teams and where your child lives? Like, not you personally, but your child.
Yeah.
I'm not, like if I had to move for a job, which is not happening, to Denver or to Tallahassee, I'm not raising my kid as a fan of what's local there.
Why wouldn't you?
Why not?
Because I've moved into it as opposed to like where he's born. He's born here.
Yeah, but he can't help that. Maybe he didn't want to be born here.
That's nothing I can do about that. I can't go back and change time.
I didn't want to be born here. I was.
Well,
and now you're in.
My oldest three kids. My oldest three kids. Well, my oldest son, he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan because he was raised out there. But my two daughters, they're Eagles fans because they were born here and everything. Now my son, because he started liking football around the same time that I was playing for Pittsburgh, is a Pittsburgh fan, and my youngest daughter's a Pittsburgh fan. So it's like mixed up in my household, bro. Totally mixed up. Like my son, he's a huge Steeler fan because I used to bring him to practice, and Troy Polamalu and a couple other guys, Chris Kimawatu, threw him in the cold whirlpool. He froze him to death, and then picked him out like this, and then put him in a hot whirlpool, and they were dunking him back and forth.
Wow,
Casey Hampton.
That's abuse. That's abuse.
Seriously.
Now, he loved it, man.
AJB on the stream is conflating. He says, I thought it was because his wife went to Bama. He's thinking of Lombardo, who's a huge Penn State honk because his wife went to Penn State. Lombardo didn't go to Penn State.
Got it. Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought he did go to Penn State.
No.
Man, there's fraudulence all around here.
All around.
Fraudulence all around. I mean, seriously, this is terrible. This is terrible. Honestly, I didn't realize you can get away with stuff like that. I thought the honks in the family would be like, nah, you haven't lived up to this.
Right. You're not authentic.
Yeah, you're a bandwagoner. I mean, Lombardo this isn't like marrying into money or a golf course.
Right.
You got to spend
like
years.
Some people do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly. You got to spend years suffering as a fan, right?
You got to pay your initiation fees, man.
Yeah.
Got to make it happen, man. My like I said, man, my son loved it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Loved it. And then he just can't. I mean, that's all it's all he talks about. Steelers this, Steelers that.
Well, the Steelers got Melvin Ingram yesterday.
Right.
Signed him. That's a nice little pickup.
That's a
for
huge
a year.
pickup.
Yeah.
Huge for him.
They lose Bud Dupree and they get Ingram in there.
And then they're going to have the rookie line. Well, he's not a rookie, he's a second-year linebacker now. They're going to be good on defense again.
Ingram went to 3 Pro Bowls, I think, with the Chargers.
No question.
I loved him coming out of South Carolina that year he was in college.
Oh, yeah.
That was when I was doing a show with Baldy. I gushed over him pre-draft multiple days.
Well, you were right, too.
Oh, yeah. You were fawning at that point?
Fawning, yeah. It was almost like a Gargano fawn.
Just like this. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to jump on at 12:30.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Do we need to send him?
Send him an invite. Send him an email.
Already done, man. Already done.
Look at you.
Already done, man. Come on, man.
He's wearing his purple today. Is this a Kansas State homage day?
No. This is my fraternity right here. It's for my fraternity.
Yeah.
But like I said, and let me go back. Yeah, there we go. Let me go back because they were kind of picking on me early on in the show. Let me see what this is. Talking about have I used any of the numbers that I have from the golf event? All
I
in my
saw
business.
that on the stream. I saw
Yeah,
that.
they're all in it now. Come on now, don't start trouble. Just start
telling
trouble
you, man,
early in the morning. Man.
These guys are keeping an eye on you. They're making you work.
This is crazy, man. Daggone.
Now, are you putting the bet in right now, Eytan? Is that what you're up to?
No, John Shelton. That's what it was. John Shelton.
You know, we have just an hour and 20 minutes.
You're listening to The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. Now, we have the finals tonight. A little bit of a letdown on Thursday, but it's still bettable. It's still playable. The 3M, right?
Yeah, that's kind of one of those tournaments where you kind of suspect that the big name guys might have little interest in making the weekend.
Right.
You know, I know it's a tough trek back in your private jet, you know, back from England to Minnesota.
Right.
But, they might have little interest and be like, you know what, if I miss the cut on Friday, I'm good. So.
Well, okay, that's something where, like, we should probably factor that in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's going to purposely miss the cut?
I'm sure Louis Oosthuizen's back is hurting him right now because of what, went on last week. He'd probably have little interest.
I think his soul is probably hurting a little more.
Yeah, that too.
Well, maybe he wants to get back, sometimes you after a bad loss like that, you want to get back into it. You want to, you want to wipe it off, man. You want to just, wipe the cobwebs off. He was just a little rusty then, traveling over the pond and, being out there. He's like, you know what? I need to come back and just jump right into it.
He travels with his own mattress.
No.
Like his back is so screwed up and could go out at any moment that he brings his own mattress wherever he goes.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
wow.
Yeah, that's fact.
That's like Larry Bird level.
I know.
No, that's Tiger level. Tiger used to do the same thing. That is crazy. Like NASCAR drivers, they live the life, man. Private jets, helicopters. You know what I mean? They're their buses are like, unbelievable. Better than my home.
Right.
How they got them, put together.
Yeah.
They live the life.
A lot of the golfers do too. There's a
That's
good
right. Yep.
20 or 30 of them that are
That's right.
really raking it
Travel
in.
with your own hyperbaric chamber. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
I'm
T.O.
T.O., yeah.
Yes.
T.O.
Is it travel? Like, I got this pack and play thing where I just push one button and pull a strap up, and this thing that's like a portable crib turns into something that I can just walk around. It's all folded and easy, and it's one button and one strap. Like, there's got to be some sort of hyperbaric chamber like that, right? Where you push a button, the thing unfolds, you get in, and you get out.
Well, T.O. had that, and he brought around his own masseuse / whatever you want to call him, trainer. He used to fly him on the plane with the team.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't Deshaun Watson want to do that wherever he goes? I mean, really, they should just get him one massage therapist, and that's it.
Yeah,
and it's like an employee of the team. It's his own person.
Right.
Can't work on anybody else.
I don't know if they want to work on anybody else.
Exactly.
No.
Hey, go wash your hands.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go wash your hands. That's exactly. Oh, boy.
No, but you brought up, like, if a team has an injury at quarterback in the month of August, like, depending on what is going to happen with him over the next 30 days, Deshaun Watson. Is there going to be anything that's going to go on?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
a conclusion?
They can't rush the courts. It's the courts. And everything closed with COVID and all that. They're just starting to open back up.
Charges still.
What'd you say?
Allegations.
22?
22, yeah.
It's the new definition of the all 22. All right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've got right now. This guy. So I don't know how, unless this is all rolled up into like one class action suit and that gets dismissed. And I'm not a lawyer. We need Dan Lust on for this. But, maybe we should check in with Dan. just to get an update, because there's so much to look at. The Eagles were linked multiple times to Deshaun Watson. So maybe it is worth talking to Dan West, who is our in-house sports media or sports legal analyst. Maybe he has something.
Yeah, I mean, John McMullen just wrote another piece about it on Philly Voice. This Deshaun Watson stuff just doesn't go away.
McMullen just fanning the flames, man. Seriously.
It'd be too much like right, man. We got too much stuff hovering over us right now. We have a black cloud over our sports right now. So, I mean, until we see that little sunshine, a ray of sunshine, I don't believe that he'll be back to help us out at all, ever.
Yeah,
he's got a black cloud, man.
I feel like Damian Lillard has a more likely chance of coming here than Deshaun Watson at this point.
Yep. You
know, it's hard, man. It's hard to really come around.
Do?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't mean at this point.
I don't know. I mean, do the Sixers have 3 first-round draft picks?
No, that's my point. Is I don't see either of them coming, and I feel way more confident in saying it's definitely not going to be Deshaun Watson. Like, there's a 0% chance that Damian Lillard is traded here. I will concede that. There's in my mind and opinion, there is a 0% chance based off of everything external and internal, both what Watson's going through and what Barrett mentioned here, that I don't see it happening. I also don't think that they are going to throw everything in the kitchen table, and if anything, they could be used as a leverage partner.
Well, he won't even play this year, period.
Yeah.
There's no way he plays. How can he play?
I'm starting to think that too, man.
The entire season?
Yeah. I don't think he plays the entire season.
Or now we'd have to look at the specifics of it. He may start on the commissioner's exempt list, and maybe by like week 6 or so, this is cleared up. I don't know how fast he comes back to the team, but here's another thing. And look, this goes back to what we were just talking about the golfers coming overseas after a tough loss to Jalen Ramsey with that injury. If you are Deshaun Watson and you've been out for 10 weeks because of what's going on off the field, and you come back, are you rushing to come back to a team that's 1-9 at that point?
Right.
No.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, honestly, if you're Watson, maybe you go back to your lawyers and say, all right, how can we walk this line of continuing to fight and injunction this and that to make sure that I'm still on the exempt list? Like, I'll sacrifice money this year if it means not having to go back to that hellhole in Houston.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to go back there, but you don't want to. I mean, if you're an athlete, you know your window is only lasts so long. He'd be sacrificing an entire season in his prime.
Right. And also, when you're on that list, you don't get paid. He didn't get that
on
contract.
The commissioner's list?
Yeah, he didn't get paid.
Right.
So it's not like he got a lot of money coming in. He has no money coming in, but he's made money. But still, that's
spends a lot on massages now. We know. You know, do you think he's going massageless right now?
He has to be, man.
Really?
He has to be, man. He's
an addict.
Well,
yeah, he's addicted to the massage.
No, he's not addicted to the massage. He's addicted to what he wanted them to do.
Well, that's I think what
I'm calling that the massage.
That's all encompassed.
Get a girlfriend, bro. What the hell, man? Get a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Wife wanted a masseuse up. I mean, whatever you got to do, bro, just leave it alone, man.
Look, and here's the thing. Why a masseuse, right? Dwayne Haskins is asking money back from an Instagram model that he allegedly paid for sex. So why can't, just do that and know that sex is kind of like fruit where you can't really return it.
Who asked for money back?
When you get your teeth broken in by your wife, right?
But what's the money going to do?
Right.
I'm serious. Nobody asked for money back. Yeah,
he did. He said 100, 200.
He's an idiot.
How much? What's the donation?
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to let it alone, man.
Exactly.
Leave it alone, bro.
How much do you think she charged him? Right? Like, she's probably on an escort site charging Ari or, the average individual, what, 1,000?
Yeah.
But she knows that she could, you talk about the upsell, man. You guys out there with big money are the easiest upsells out there. You know,
right. When you have big money,
because you know he'll do it. $1,000 to him is like $300 to us. Sure, we'll put 100, 200,
Listen.
300.
But you're paying for a convenience, man. That's what I'm saying. You're paying for a convenience. So I mean, some guys will pay whatever for that convenience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Hey.
for some guys, there's no.
Hey.
You're right. You add the addiction in on top of the convenience, and all of a sudden you got Dwayne Haskins asking for money back like a yo-yo, going up and down and up and down. Like, you can't refund that.
Between what I saw him do with the Washington football team and now this news, like, this guy must be one of the dumbest guys in sports.
No question.
Who
There's no
asks
question
for a
about
refund and thinks you're going to get it back?
it. Wow.
Seriously.
Wow.
If I'm the
I don't know.
Steelers, I'm like, how can we get rid of this guy?
Yeah.
Already.
Seriously.
Well,
They just got him. They hadn't ran a
Washington
snap
got
yet.
rid of him, remember?
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Oh, man.
man.
Now
Act
we
for-
know what he was doing here in that strip club where he got nailed as a member of Washington still, remember?
Yep. That's why he got cut.
Yeah. Yeah. And we thought it was just because he was bouncing around without a mask. I think they found out, like, hey, man, you can't spend your rookie contract on one woman here where you're getting ups. I think.
Where was it? Club 55 down there?
Yeah.
Is that still in existence?
Why not? For the purposes of this conversation, why not?
But at the end of the day, look at the organization itself. Washington, what can they say? You know what I'm saying? They had their cheerleaders flying out and giving personal favors to
High
major
roller,
I mean, come on,
advertisers,
man.
season ticket holders. Yeah.
So who are they to say anything about that? How
Right.
can they say?
Yeah,
anything
they're
about
not really a moral standard.
Right,
with Dan
exactly.
Snyder, are they?
that? Exactly.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, man, that organization was just messed up anyways. And then, but come on, sometimes you just gotta be quiet, man. Just let it ride. Just let it ride. Haskins, hey, can I get a refund on that? What?
I read that story. I had to read it 3 times because I didn't understand it.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
I thought it was like a fake news story from Ron Culver.
Right.
Double in.
He asked for a refund, like goods and services had already been transferred.
Rendered. Yes.
Exactly. So what's the actual refund on?
That's what I'm trying to figure that out. What made him think that he
Was
could get
there a
the money?
guaranteed satisfaction level that he was planning to achieve, and he kind of didn't hit the mark?
That's something you need to take up immediately.
Yeah. Hey, hon.
Let
Hey,
it
hon.
linger,
I know
right?
you said this was a guaranteed 9.5
Yeah.
on the Richter scale. I only got a 6.
Hey,
So I need some money back.
but don't you need to stop early? Like, you can't go through it all. I think that, unfortunately, that's like breaking something in the store. If you go all the way and you finish, if you will.
Bought it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, look, you can't return the pit of a peach after eating it, right?
That is a great analogy.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with this kid, man? Seriously. That might be the worst story for individually for anybody in the end. See, this is why we need something like this stuff to pop up in this time. Otherwise, we're stuck talking about the Phillies' futures and this new kid that the Flyers traded for. Yikes.
Ellis?
Yeah.
Not Rob Ellis.
I'd rather talk to Rob Ellis.
Well, it's just
All right.
we let go, man.
Ryan Ellis is a pretty good player.
He is a good player.
He's
but
a good player.
you
And the
know,
guy they let go, Nolan Patrick, I don't think he was ever going to achieve anything. here.
Second overall pick.
I know.
big
I
time
know.
underachiever.
Supposed to
Yes.
be the second coming. What happens
Weak.
to him?
Yep.
Weak.
He gets headaches, man. Headaches.
Scott Foster and Tony Brothers are officiating this game tonight.
Is that right?
Yep. I'm telling you, something about this is off. I don't like it.
You
I'm
gotta
not
you
touching
gotta
this.
fade CP3, dog.
What do you think?
Him,
You think the streak gets broken tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. There are way too many hands, way too many cooks in the kitchen here with
Mhm.
Brothers and Foster up there manipulating. I don't like that.
Too many
Come on
hands. That's an Eagles song.
Did
Good
Don
song.
Henley write that, or
I think he did. He had part of that.
who
Oh, my
did the
goodness.
majority of writing for them? Was it Henley?
Henley and Fry both.
Okay. Just checking. I didn't know that. All right, we got to take a quick one here. I did reach out to, I never heard back. I did reach out to Scoop, see if he had a couple of minutes to jump on with everything going on tonight.
Hey, what are we gonna talk about with Mighty Mouse, man? Mark.
Oh, I'm sure we can find something football related, right? All right. All right.
I'm just making sure we're good.
We're
12:30.
back in 3. It's the middle.
I get scared sometimes.
of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
Bro, this show could have went real left real quick.
What's that?
Could have went left real quick.
What do you mean?
With this conversation.
It's actually Randy Meisner and Don Felder wrote that song, so it wasn't Henley or Glenn Fry.
Not Henley at all.
No.
Now, Kevin Kincaid and Twitter conversation about the boring press conference with your
with Ryan Ellis.
Yeah. See, I told you, man. Nobody's excited about these guys, man.
Well, hockey players are very rarely great talkers.
Hey,
I mean,
what does that do for me? Nothing. You want me to get excited about somebody in July who's not playing for months? Come in and spin something.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Or wear some stupid shirt like Bryce Harper did his first day.
But are you really surprised?
Oh, no. Nor do I really.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
We got the expansion draft coming up tomorrow night, isn't it?
What sport?
Hockey for the Kraken.
Okay.
Yeah, for the Kraken. That's right.
Kraken, man.
That already happened.
No. You had to expose players. You had to put players on a list.
We'll put Voracek on the list.
Yes. And Carey Price is on the list, too, with the Canadiens, the goaltender. He's very expensive, though. Been injured of late. I doubt they pick him.
They think the same thing with Voracek. Very expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, you see what happened with LA. I mean, not LA, but when they had expansion draft for Vegas, And they picked up everybody's great players, and they end up going to the Cup. So
yeah,
maybe it's another opportunity.
I don't know. It's a good question. All right, we're back with our second hour here. See if anybody's got back to us. And then, Mark McMillan did. That's right. He's going to join us in just under an hour. A lot happened here. We're back in 6 on top. Yep. There we go. Now what?
Man, I'm just sitting back. I was thinking last night. You know, it was my grandson's birthday, and we went to Dave and Buster's, and I was in there, and watching all these kids running around and everything else, and a couple kids looked like they had colds and all that stuff. So I'm trying to watch him running around and thinking, COVID this, COVID that. Well, if everything opens up, you know what I'm saying, and things go the direction it's going, like with the basketball team, will this be another one of those years where they're gonna close everything up again?
No, I think it's all BS. Because I think they know we're getting close to school time, and the school teachers are trying to put the hammer down.
Yep,
I think that's a lot of it.
Yeah, California, even if you're vaccinated, you have to wear a mask now.
Yeah, so what's the point of getting the vaccine if you still got to wear a mask?
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
Does the vaccine protect against these so-called variants? Nobody really knows. Well, there's a lot of misinformation out there. People acting like they're freaking doctors.
Well, I'm not trying to hear it.
That's why I just sit in my basement and don't watch the news. I go 2 places. I go to my golf club and I go to the liquor store. That's it. If everybody just followed that, we'd be fine.
Everybody be happy, huh?
Now, did you see this about Shohei Ohtani?
No.
Since Fanatics, the brand Fanatics, which is owned by our buddy Ruben.
Your buddy.
Yes. He used to be your neighbor, Eytan. Michael Rubin.
They never done shit for me. Maybe he's your buddy.
Since Fanatics started selling Ohtani's memorabilia last week, he became quickly the #1 athlete on the site. His sales outranked the #2 Major League Baseball player 10 times over.
Well, who's the #1 baseball player?
He's #1.
Before he was #1.
Good question. It doesn't say that here, but I could probably look that up. Might be Trout. Yeah, who knows? Who else could it be? Maybe a pitcher? Would Garrett Cole
Judge
with the Yankees or Judge?
Judge may be up there. I would say Judge would be a good guess too. My guess is it's one of the two with Trout or Judge.
Yeah.
Not Harper.
But he's outpacing the #2 player 10 times over, and he received a $150,000 for competing in the home run derby. But according to the Orange County Register out in California, he distributed that money to 30 individual trainers, clubhouse workers, and media relations personnel. So he gave all the money that he earned from the home run derby away to people.
It's a good dude, man.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's a good dude.
Not
bad. Deshaun Watson did the same thing.
He did?
He went in and I forget what his first bonus that he got. He went in and all the people that worked around the facility, like people that cooked and all that stuff, he went in and gave them all like $10,000 a piece.
Wow. That's life-changing money to some
right.
folks.
Hey, are you sure that wasn't all giving him masseuses instead? Like, we need to go a little deeper dive on that report about where
there's too much deeper diving going on with him at this point. We need to either deep and dive and alone. This what is wrong with this dog? I just can't get past. Bro, you're rich, you're young, good looking dude.
You're one of the best at your craft.
Right. You're a star. You're in Texas. Come on, man.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
I mean, pay for it, bro. You ain't gotta force nobody to do anything you don't want them to do, man. And that's what pisses me off, bro. You're rich. You can do. Oh man,
what is that? What kind of an entitlement is that, Barrett?
Right,
that mindset, you know?
Right.
That's exactly that, right?
I think so. Right?
Come on, man.
Terrible.
Get out of here, bro. That's just ridiculous, man. I don't understand it, man. Why that's like Sharper, man. Darren Sharper.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, that's
Dude,
cool.
put it like this, man. I
was
was
Cosby level there.
Yeah, it was
bro.
way worse.
I was in Green Bay with him.
Yeah.
Played in Green Bay with him.
Nobody had
You know
any
what I'm
idea.
No, but I always wondered. Like, we used to go out to clubs out there, and he always had bodyguards. I'm like, why the hell does he have bodyguards? And what's Appleton? What are you protecting
Wisconsin.
yourself?
Yeah.
Appleton, Wisconsin. What is in Appleton, West? You're taller than everybody in Appleton. You know what I'm saying? You're stronger than everybody in Appleton. Come on, man. What do you need bodyguards for?
Yeah.
It was the darndest thing I've ever seen in my life. I
Now
know
you
why
know.
now.
Now you know.
And knowing it half the battle. That's G.I. Joe there, but knowing it's half the battle.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that, bro. I couldn't believe it, man. He's still in jail now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had the world right there, man. Get anything he wanted, man. He could buy anything he wanted. But he chose to.
Didn't he keep Favre out of the Super Bowl that year with the Vikings?
Yeah.
He was with the Saints then. Didn't he make that pick in that playoff game?
Right, yeah. That's what it was. Man. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, wow.
Number
Come
42.
on, man. I have no time for stuff like that, man. I have no time for that. You know what I'm saying? I can understand, I mean, you're not always going to get along with your spouse. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
If you guys have, stuff that you guys are doing, I understand that. But not when you're young and you're single and you got the world, by the cojones, man, and you can do what you want to do, and then you're going to turn around and do something stupid like this. If they say no, no means no.
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? No means no.
It doesn't mean, well, maybe since you're the quarterback of the Houston Texans, I can make an exception.
Right.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts studio.
Wow.
Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry May.
All right, the second hour underway here, and I do have the number. Chris Paul is 0 for his last 12 playoff games, officiated by Scott Foster, the 12th coming game 3 of the NBA Finals. So this man might single-handedly be, or at least have the most to do with Scott Foster, or pardon me, Chris Paul and the Suns going down. I mean, Scott Foster's probably already celebrating with Bucks players ahead of time.
You think so?
Yeah. He's got a burner phone that goes right to Budenholzer, right? It's one of those burner phones you got in a wire where it was like, all right, this is programmed for you. There's only one number in it. You
right.
Call me every 3 hours to make sure you're still on the road. Like one of these phones that he has where the only number goes to Budenholzer, right? Something like that. And he's just like, we good. That's it.
Right.
Like, that's the only text he sent today in the morning to Budenholzer. We good. Next thing you know, Bucks by 12 tonight.
Yeah.
Telling you. I'm staying away. It's an unpredictable variable. What are you going to do? You're just going to pound the Suns? Are you going to pound the Bucks -5?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably be a money line play, but I don't want to risk 200.
I tell you, all right, this is the play tonight. You ready? This is the play. We'll go a little smaller on the market just for you. But what makes the most sense, right? And this is what I always try to look at. Narrative behind number, of course. If the number is not there, then everything is, all bets are off. In this case, no pun intended, or pun intended. But what I would look at is what we just talked about. Okay, Chris Paul, backs to the wall, elimination game. You've got the worst possible combination of a referee official in Brothers / Foster, really Foster first. So it's a foregone conclusion that the Suns are going to lose this game tonight. Where can you find some value? Where would be the moment in which everybody who has pounded the Bucks are scared bleepless because their money is on the line right now? I think it's the first quarter. I think the Suns coming out and winning the first quarter at +110.
Events affected the ability.
Jeez, that was quick. Sorry about that. Here's what I would do. I'd lay the 2.5 at 200. There's the value for you. All right. 3 of the
first quarter's 2.5.
Yes. Well, that's the winning margin, right? So it's a 3-way play where, and this, I love this 3-way play in the first quarter. It's either team minus 2.5. Neither team minus 2.5. And instead of just taking the Suns on the money line, what I would do is I would lay a unit or whatever on the Suns minus 2.5 first quarter at plus 200.
That's pretty good.
That's great. Now here's
I could see that.
3 of the 5 games, the road team has covered the first quarter minus 2.5 ATS. 3 of the 5 games.
Right.
And it was a 3-game stretch.
And this is a backs to the wall. This is it. So you would hope the Suns come out, ablaze. Pardon the pun.
No, right.
Yeah.
Bro,
Booker.
Is this like
a couple
conspiracy
threes.
theory, bro? Now, why would the NBA do this if they know if we know the trend? Why would the NBA do this then? I mean, there's other
it's got to work.
Yeah.
Like he's part of a union. You can't just say no. That's a lawsuit, man.
Come on, man. Come on now. This got to be conspiracy theory. This is where we get this from.
Well, the NBA always has conspiracy theories.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that's ridiculous.
Is he a rogue official?
Right. Exactly.
That's how Stern described
Donaghy. Yeah, that's how I guarantee you that's how this is. Adam Silver already has a statement ready. Well, we can't control any alleged personal bias. We stand by the record of Mr. Scott Foster.
Well, who's that ref for the Eagles? Every time the Eagles, he always let them get beat up, and a quarterback gets knocked out the game because this guy just lets them do whatever they can do. Who was that ref?
Was it Bill Vinovich?
Forget. Let me see.
Vinovich is a guy that's notoriously connected to underdogs and unders in games that he refs.
Who is this? Foster?
No, Vinovich in the NFL.
Not Marinovich.
No.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Marinovich.
Yeah.
Packers Marinovich.
Yep. All right. As soon as we get Mark on, I'm going to step out for a sec, but you guys will be good. We'll be back. All right.
But what are we doing with the network then?
It'll be on. Like you guys will be. I'll bring you back on. I'm only going to step out for 120 seconds.
Oh, I thought you were disappearing for a while.
No, I'm going to bounce. You guys will have to handle OT. I just need that extra 10 minutes because she's already on her way.
This is The Middle on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Now, where are you today? You said you're on the road, right, Harry?
No, that's Thursday. Thursday. Friday, I'll be on the road. I'm going to take off after the show Thursday. Immediately after, I'm going to pack the microphone and the computer and head to the car.
Now, here's the big question. Will your green screen make the trip?
No.
Oh, man.
No. Not loading the green screen.
And this is vacation. You're just taking some time, right?
Well, I'm going up to see my sister.
Yeah, man. That's
But it's not vacation if he's working.
No, I mean, I'm going to do the shows.
Oh, yeah.
You can't. I mean, we're like curing cancer here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. You can't skip a show. No.
Well, I think look, if you're up there in Hamden, Connecticut, then isn't that where you said you're headed?
Groton.
Okay, not terribly far.
Not potatoes all Groton.
No. I'm just saying, like, if you're in that area of basically anywhere outside of Southwest Connecticut, which is like Stamford, up to Bridgeport, Fairfield, you better pack your own activity kit, right? Like, you better be good with either doing nothing or being outside somewhere.
Well, there's nothing else to do out there.
It's on the coast, and there's a golf course a block away.
You buried the lead. We didn't know you were going to go up there and play golf.
Of course.
What's the course?
I don't go anywhere anymore unless I can play golf.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Now, what do you got? What course? So we
get called Shenecosset.
Not Shennecock.
No, it's a Donald Ross course.
Oh, I love Donald Ross.
Yeah.
Donald Ross has done. Isn't that the Jeffersonville Donald Ross?
Yes, I've played it a few times already. It's nice.
Wow.
Public too.
Beach public course
Beach, got a private beach club access.
Wow.
Yeah,
big
right?
time. Yeah, you're doing big time.
Burying this. He's going up to live like a star. We didn't even know this.
What do you think I'm going to do?
I thought you were going to sit in some house and
slum it?
watch television.
That's why you're going to visit your sister. She can play golf, huh? That's what it is.
Look, you forget I've spent years in Connecticut, all right, all over from north central to southwest.
Right.
There ain't squat to do in that state.
I can't stand driving up that I-95, though. That's the worst.
Yeah, once you get past Bridgeport, it kind of opens up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
But that stretch from going across the GWB to Bridgeport is just death.
The worst, man.
You want a shortcut?
There's a shortcut?
Yeah, take the Deegan, which is 87.
Yeah, it's 87.
Expressway. As soon as you get off the GW, you'll see an exit for the Deegan. Take the Deegan north, and that will open up. You'll fly all the way through like Cross County.
What does that take you to the Merritt Parkway?
It does, yeah. But there's a connector. That connector will also take you to 95 if you need to. So you can also take the Deegan all the way up to 287. Which is that connector up there, which is by like Elmsford, that Westchester.
Okay, Westchester County.
You'll always have as soon as you get out of like right in the city by the bridge, you will always have less traffic on the Deegan than you will 95. So just keep an eye on that. Your GPS may not like it, but if there's traffic on the Cross Bronx, which there always
usually is.
It's a nice little way to get out. Now you have to like, your car, you have to like who you're with, you have to like what you're listening to. You may be on there for an extra 5 minutes as far as like distance, but you'll always be moving.
Right. So that's the thing. I got to keep moving.
Yep. I'm the same way.
Yeah. I don't care if I got to drive an extra 10 miles, but if I'm still moving the whole time and I'm not stuck in traffic, it's much better.
Bro, it doesn't matter what time. I remember I was coming home from Bristol. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and the GW was packed. Traffic jam, packed right there. Every single time I go past there, it never fails. Never fails.
Right by
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
I can just see this. I'm taking Eytan's Deegan Expressway, and somehow something goes terribly wrong, and I end up somewhere in the Bronx. It'll be like that scene out of Bonfire of the Vanities.
Just don't get off at Jerome.
Right.
All right. Whatever you do, don't get off at Jerome.
Right.
Get off at Jerry. You'll be better at Jerry than Jerome.
Okay.
No, that area has look, South Bronx has just been depreciated forever, and it's unfortunate. And I don't think as even gentrification kind of skipped over there. But right off the highway, you'll be okay. If you just have to walk around, I've had tires changed off there. You'll be fine.
If you hit Van Cortlandt Park, you went too far.
Exactly right. Turn around.
You can always get some White Castles right there, man.
Yeah, there's probably a White Castle.
There's a White Castle right there, bro.
Absolutely, there is. And there's a White Castle, and it's not Checkers, but it's one of those like what we don't have here in Philly type things. Maybe it is Checkers. Oh no, it's a chicken spot. And is it Churches? I can't remember.
Churches, yeah.
I don't know if it's an actual church, but there's a really good chicken spot there too, next to the White Castle. I'm telling you, man, Harry, if you get lost, at least
I'll be eating good.
Absolutely, absolutely,
right.
That's great. I'm jealous.
I might make that trek up. The turnpike, man. Go give me some White Castles, man. Right off exit 7.
Is that the closest way?
Yeah, right off exit 7.
Wait a second.
Exit 7 of the Jersey Turnpike?
Yeah, right over there, like you going to Six
Jackson,
Flags.
like a Great Adventure. Yeah.
Yep, Great Adventure. Yep, Six Flags, Great Adventure. Yeah. Get off there, you go down. Got to get some White Castles. You know what? I am going to get some White Castles today.
Wow.
That's all it took to put the bug in you.
An hour. It's an hour up the road, an hour back.
You would drive an hour for White Castles?
Absolutely.
Really?
I do it at least once.
Why don't you just open up your own franchise near your house?
An hour each way?
They all closed. They all closed.
An hour each way?
Each way.
It's probably about 50 minutes. So yeah, an hour. Yeah. I'll go down. I used to before I had my boat, I used to go down there and go fishing in Point Pleasant and around the area right there all the time. And I just stop and give me some White Castles there when I used to do that.
If they close them all down, then isn't there an opportunity? Philly. Yeah, but South Jersey.
I know.
Barrett Brooks, the franchise owner.
White Castle's here.
Yeah.
I need all the profit, man.
All right, I just put this out on Twitter. I need, first off, I needed to blow you up. Second, I needed to hear how long people have ever driven for food. 50
For a
minutes.
specific food.
Yeah.
Yes. For a burger joint.
50, right? That's an hour. That's a long time, man. An hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, well,
You better
just
get
like
a
you said.
stash.
Look, just like you said, you got to like the company you with. So me and my grandson might go up there and do that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A little quality time in the car.
Hey, yeah, that's not bad. You get a little man-to-man there.
Okay.
Right?
Well,
Yeah,
how
bro.
would you drive? How far would you drive for Skyline Chili?
Oh, we got to play this, right?
Yes.
All right, let's do that now, actually.
Yeah.
Do we need the video for this or just the
The
audio?
video would help, but it's not imperative. What the video is they're just
it's fine.
mixing
I
up.
have
They're
it.
mixing up the Skyline Chili at the shop in the ballpark.
This is
in
National
Cincinnati.
Park. Oh,
No, this is
Cincinnati.
in Cincinnati.
That's right. Okay, so
It's
there
Mets
is
Reds.
there's a place in DC. Is it Ben's Chili Bowl? Right?
Not sure. I'm not familiar with that.
And when I was in DC for over 2 years, and this place was hyped up like none other. It's a bowl of just not good. And people, and look, this wasn't like a cultural thing. This wasn't like a gender thing. This wasn't like a demographic thing. I knew people that looked completely different from all different walks of earth in a metropolis like DC. And it was the people from there. And it was the people that lived in like Bethesda or Silver Springs or Southwest, just from this area. And they stood. Have you never heard of this place?
I never heard it.
It's the DC version of Skyline Chili.
Okay.
Yes. And if anybody, and the reason why I bring it up, we're in Philly, so I think it's a lot easier for people who have been down to DC as opposed to maybe Cincinnati. And that's what I thought initially. So this is it. The roasting, right?
Yeah. Gary Cohen just goes in on Skyline Chili.
This is the local delicacy known as Skyline Chili.
So
the
low.
5-way with the spaghetti and the beans and the cheese.
Ugh.
5-way. First, the disgusting chili gravy.
That looks horrible.
And what do you put on the onions? Do you put some mustard or something on that? Wait a second. After the onions comes the cheese.
Gotta get back
and
to
that's what
that.
makes it the
There we go.
5-way. Here we go. There's the cheese. They put like 10 tons of shredded cheese on there. And this is supposed to be food that you actually eat. Now, does the cheese melt or is that Ronnie, have you ever had?
Oh my God.
Hold on.
I know. I'm gonna just take the game off in the event that that's the problem.
Skyline Chili? I'm not. I would recommend not having it. Or? Well, no, you need to try everything once. Okay. Right? All right. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Try it once, and then you'll never eat it again.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Wow.
Now, look, that's a man who's had the chili.
Oh, yeah.
You can speak from experience when you see him going through the play-by-play of all that. That's awful. Just terrible.
He said, this is what do you say? This is why you would never want to try it again.
Right. Put the disgusting chili sauce on top.
He said, this is supposed to be edible.
Right. Pasta, noodles, beans, chili sauce, cheese, and onions.
Oh,
yeah.
That was pretty good. I like that.
It never looked all that appetizing to me.
No,
when I was in
what are the
Cincinnati,
beans?
usually I will try something if a certain town or something's known for something, I'll sample it. Like that Pure Manny or whatever sandwich.
Manny Brothers,
I had that. Yeah, I wouldn't have it again.
No.
But I tried it.
Right.
I didn't even want to try the Skyline Chili.
No.
There's too much going on there.
Look, I don't think you could be drunk, stoned, yacked, whatever it may be enough. I mean, you'd have to be in some sort of like completely different
compromised state.
Yes. Like hallucinating, like totally hallucinating to where you're on a different planet. And this is what they happen to serve on planet X or Mars, wherever it may be. Right.
Well, you go to different stadiums, you get different, delicacies. I understand.
Right.
Like when I do,
Don't call that a delicacy, Barrett. Come on. You're a chef.
Right. That was
chef.
I forget what they called them in San Francisco at that park, AT&T Stadium at the time. I think it was a Cha-Cha Bowl. They used to sell them out at the concession area out beyond center field.
Yeah.
And every game that I went to, I've been to a bunch of games there. Every game I had to have one because they were awesome.
Oh, where do you? Well, you look at like going to LSU.
Yeah,
I'm at LSU. I have to get some grilled alligator.
Oh yeah, right. They put it on a stick or something.
Well, they have it on a rotisserie, and you can see the whole alligator spin on the rotisserie.
Right. And
you go up there and they just cut a piece of the tail off and give it to you.
Wow.
It's got to be seasoned though, right? I mean,
it's seasoned.
I've had it. It's pretty gamey.
This is amazing. This stuff is good.
Well, I'm saying though, it's not like it. Okay, I'm just saying from the alligator I had tasted a lot like, and again, this was cooked. It was seasoned. It tasted a lot like not the taste of the fish, but the texture of a cooked swordfish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. That's almost accurate. Like if you go to Papados has this fried alligator. Now that's good. That's very good.
That actually sounds really good. Fried alligator.
Wow.
Yeah, that's I think the difference between the fried alligator and the chili bowl or whatever the hell that crap is out there in Skyline is it's like you have to get over, if you have this out there, you just have to get over this fear, concern, trepidation, whatever you want to call it, of eating something you normally don't, which is alligator. The chili is all ingredients that we're familiar with. It just doesn't add up.
No,
so I feel like, it's probably way better to eat the alligator.
Well, no question about that. No question.
You ever see this thing? This is what I was thinking of when they put this together. I don't know. I've had this couple of buddies of mine from college. We're from Rochester, the Rochester area. They sound a lot like Chicago.
Right. They do.
That Rochester. So they had this thing called the garbage plate. Have you heard of the garbage plate?
I did. I have heard of that.
Oh my God. This is like, I could see Barrett smoking a blunt at 3 a.m. at Kansas State and ordering like 6 of these garbage plates. All right?
Wow.
Look, all right, real quick before we break. It has, first what you do is you have macaroni salad. Then you add home fries / French fries covered, just smothered on top of the macaroni salad. And then it's some sort of cheese or some sort of like crushed hamburger patty or grilled hot dogs. And then there's meat sauce on top of that, which is usually like an all beef chili. And then that's covered with yellow mustard and onions and some ketchup. Yeah.
Horrible.
Like, you can't eat that sober.
Why do you have to put mustard and ketchup in there?
That's something that they do, this old Rochester tradition. My uncle Paulie used to do that with the kielbasa.
we gotta give Kevin Bloomfield a shout out here. He's in on the bet.
Don't sweat it, just bet it.
All right, we're going to do that coming up. We got Bloomfield. Appreciate you, sir, on the super chat. Wait a second. I didn't see the super chat.
Yeah, it's up there.
All I saw was
Don't
SC.
sweat it. Just bet it.
Hold on. I had to move to live. Bloomfield, thank you. All right, so Kevin Bloomfield and Play Action Reel, we got him too?
Well, you got to go scroll back to find that one.
Fake news coming up next. We're back in 3 across the board.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
As long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
On the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, so we've reached that time. Now, Mark McMillan is going to join us. Actually, Mark's on now, so we shouldn't make him wait.
Oh, he's already in?
Yeah, right? I mean, you know, a punctual individual, former NFL player.
My dog.
Here in Philadelphia. Love watching.
What's up, Ethan? Ethan, I heard your little intro when I wasn't on. You said I should make him wait. See what I'm saying, man? I thought we were gonna start off on the right foot.
Eytan doesn't know what he's talking about sometimes, man. You know, sometimes.
We appreciate you, brother. Thank you first and foremost. And again, if you're not following Mark, you should be on Twitter. Here's the thing, and I'm curious because what happened? You saw the video pop up with Barrett. And I saw the response, and immediately we were like to Barrett, yeah. Hold on. You got Mark McMillan out here responding to this. We need to get Mark on.
Gotta get him on a show.
Football. Yes.
Well, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? He's a social media guru. That's what he does. That's how he makes money now. So, you know, he's always on. Me, I just can't do it, man. I put
Barrett
5 on it.
Barrett has a lot to learn, Mark. when it comes to social media.
Hey,
At Mark McMillan 29, by the way.
Yeah, he's learning, man. He's learning. So I'm always following what B does, man. I keep up with all my teammates that I play with, man. So, you know, that's what it's all about, man. We can't play the game no more. We're all doing different things. So anything I can do to support my brothers, man, I'm all on board.
Man, Emmy Award winner. You're killing it. What ESPN Las Vegas now? What's going on? Just tell us about life first and foremost, Mark.
Hey, man, life is good, man. I'm blessed. I got a beautiful family. So I can't complain, man. I'm just doing ESPN Las Vegas. So hopefully I might get a nod to do Raider Nation radio. So I know there's a spot open there as well. So I don't know how that's going to go over well with the Chief fans. We'll be doing Raider Nation radio. I don't, I've been texting Gruden for like a month now. I did a couple of Raider Nation segments, but I was, kind of a little bit of Chief bias. I haven't got a text back from John in like a month, man. I don't know if he saw the show or heard the show or what.
Well, hey, man, you're doing everything, man. You got your own little, barbecue line. You cook, man. I mean, some of the meals you have on there, man, my mouth's watering, man. So, what you cooking on the grill. I mean, it's not just grilling, but you do everything, like gourmet food, man.
Yeah, I don't just throw a burger on there, man. You got to throw a burger and fill it with some cheese. You can't just throw some bacon in the skillet. You got to add a little maple, a little bourbon sauce to that. You got to spice it up a little bit. So, like I said, first of all, I appreciate B. Brooks for coming out, man. He filled in for me. I was a little late to my own event in Lansdale, PA, at the local tap. We were celebrity bartenders. I was a little late, and B filled in perfectly well, man. So shout out to my man B for filling in for me, man.
Oh, you're my guy, bro.
What were you mixing up? Some of that infused vodka?
Well, actually, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. They had some really good. They had some really good cocktails there. They actually had a cocktail named after me called the Mighty Mouse, which was pretty good as well. So the proceeds went back to our foundation that we just launched, the LIFT program, which is going to empower young men across the Philadelphia area. I want to do it here in Vegas as well. So the proceeds will go to doing programs and camps and doing retreats for kids that are being harassed and being bullied. So I'm real excited about being the head for that program.
That's awesome.
Then he coaches too. You know what I'm saying? Your son, I see him growing up, man. Bro, you getting old, man.
I know, man. I was like, should I shave for the podcast? I was like, no, man. I'm just gonna go and let it go salt and pepper.
Yeah, look, it's not full. Right, it's not like Hugh Douglas, man, where he doesn't have anything more. Like, there's no non-gray on Hugh's face anymore, right? Yeah. So you're not at that point yet, Mark.
Hugh's hairline is going away now. He got a little hair.
I can't talk about hairlines. That's on you, brother. All right. Look,
well, see, I bald my hair, but look, I got to put a line in because my hair will go all the way down to here if I let it. I had to line it up right here. I got all my hair.
You got the Anthony Davis hairline, man.
It's like LeBron. Yeah. Don't be putting the Beijing on now.
Right.
Hey, Mark, I'm just curious if I could just ask. I've always been fascinated by this, and you're not alone, but you are definitely in a small percentage of individuals, and small being the operative word, who played positions that height is usually an advantage. It didn't matter to you. When was the first time in the NFL? Maybe it was camp, maybe it was on the field. When was the first time that you caught somebody going, man, look at you, man. I got you. What are you, 5'2" or something up? And you got him and you locked him up. And somebody realized, all right, look, I may be 6'2", but Mighty Mouse is going to lock me up if I don't get on. Like, when was the first time you showed somebody, hey, man, I'm not just 5'7", I play like I'm 6'4"?
I would say the first time we came, back then when you got drafted, 2 days later, you were doing a mini camp. So I remember stepping into the locker room. I'm seeing Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Randall Cunningham and all those guys, and, Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams. And these guys were well seasoned in the league. And, I was out there just scrapping, man. Me and Fred Barnett were just going at it. And, for those guys as a veteran, those guys are like, man, chill out, young dude. We're just here to show up and collect our little bonus. But I was trying to make a point that, I was trying to make the team. And I remember Andre Waters was, bragging on Fred. He was like, man, this dude's the best in the league, whatever. And I was like, let me get him. And, me and Fred were just going at it that whole 2 or 3 days of training camp. And, the guys kind of took to it. It's like, man, this dude is scrappy. He doesn't back down. And obviously the odds for me making the team was still slim to none, being a 10th round pick. And I was number 8 on the depth chart as far as DB. So wow. I was just out there just trying to, get as much film as I can in case I did get cut. Somebody else might see it.
Arkansas Fred. I did some radio back in the day with him. He was a cool dude, man.
Yeah, Freddie B, man.
Yeah, totally. Hey, Mark, how do you look at this Eagles team? It's a pretty interesting year that they're heading into here with a new head coach, new entire system, and a second-year quarterback. Got a couple of starts last year, but nobody really knows if he's the guy yet. How do you view this year for the Eagles?
There's a lot of teams out there with young players that's unproven to a lot of organizations. Being in Philadelphia, you already know the pressure is always going to be on no matter what position you play. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, everybody wants to see what he can and can't do. I'm a big fan of him. I say it all the time on my show. He's played in 2 different programs, and he's excelled in 2 different situations. He's had playmakers around him. They've drafted guys in Philadelphia to put speed guys, kind of like guys he had in college around him. Getting a Devontae Smith, a lot of people are expecting him to just put up Alabama numbers, but, it's going to take him some time to, figure out the pro game as well. So, we're very optimistic as Eagle fans. Every year we think we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Not as much as that team in Texas. They just brainwashed for life. They think the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, even when they're the terrible team, the worst team in the league. So
exactly.
I'm optimistic. They're a young team. The division is up for grabs. Obviously, the team in DC is really good. The Giants have improved, but they don't have, they still have struggles up front. You don't know how Saquon Barkley is going to come back. Obviously having Dak back in Dallas, they drafted a lot of players on the defensive end of the side of the ball. So, the division should be exciting again. Last couple of years it's been like, man, it's been terrible. So, with the Philadelphia Eagles and what they're being able to do, just hope that these guys just give Jalen Hurts the opportunity to excel. So I know as soon as he has a bad game, the media, I'll probably be on them as well because I'm part of the media right now. But
right. They remind me all the time, man. They remind me all the time.
So I try to be a little biased, but I'm a big fan of him, obviously from Alabama. But they got some good pieces around him. If we can stay healthy up front, that's the key. It's not. I don't care how good Jalen is in the pocket or whatever. If he can't have time to set up and find his targets, I don't care how good you are.
Right. And I'm gonna go on. Your specialty, the defensive side of the ball and the cornerback position. We did not. I feel as though we didn't put much of an emphasis, and everybody else wanted them to, on the cornerback position. I think they like what they have in Avonte Maddox, and a couple other guys, but at this point, I don't see a guy just, stepping up and becoming that force. You stepped up and made your presence known out there at the cornerback position. I didn't see anybody do that, till this day. So why are they not putting emphasis on the cornerback position? And you think those guys can go out there and take it to that level where they need to be opposite of Darius Slay?
We put a lot of pressure on Slay. He makes a lot of money. Obviously, if you're that number one guy, there's no pressure. That's why I feel as a defensive back. When Eric Allen left, I knew I was going to be the guy. They drafted Bobby Taylor high, but Ray Rosen, they put a lot of pressure on me, and I was able to rise to that challenge and just it glued. It just circulated through the locker room. And to your point, Barrett Brooks, I was on Seth Joyner's show a couple weeks ago. Even the linebacker position.
Right.
When's the last time we had some linebackers that we can be like, okay, we can go after these guys? We put a lot of emphasis on our front line, but once they get past our front four, man, it's like, oh my goodness, hold on. When that ball goes up in the air, it seems like every week when the ball goes up in the air, I'm a little nervous.
All the time.
I don't feel that confident, like, a guy's going to lock this dude down. Somebody's going to hit somebody in the mouth. Somebody's going to set the tempo. I just don't see that. And you look at other teams around the league, I always say the Ravens, those guys will hit you in the mouth. When that ball goes up in the air, you see the whole team rallying to the ball. And same thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. Their secondary and their linebackers fly to the ball. We don't have that. We have a front four that is really, really good. Linebackers, I can't even name the linebackers right now. That's how bad it is. And Slay and Maddox, those guys have to step up. And I just don't get it these days. These players, maybe it's because they got a lot of money. It's like, man, I got money. I'm good. I don't have to really go out here and bust my butt anymore. But at some point, we need to get a dog. Go get some dude that's really, trying to make the squad. And, don't try to go for the high price guy. Go get a guy that's out there trying to be a dog. I interviewed Cam Curl. He plays for DC. He was a late round pick out of Arkansas. Landon Collins goes down. This guy fills in, and he was probably one of the better defensive backs in the National Football League last year. He's a dog.
Right. That Tampa Bay defense had some dogs at that linebacker position, Mark.
Yeah.
David,
they got dogs. They got horses.
So I'm curious, what the biggest concern I have this year for the Eagles and why I'm not, going over on win totals or anything from just a fan to a betting and everything in between standpoint is something you alluded to, which is just how new everything is. And I feel like, look, when you have the ball and you're working through offense and you're able to dictate some tempo, it might be, and I'll defer to you and Barrett on this, but it might be easier to get over everything being new. But on defense, when you have a new coordinator and you have people that are in new spots and you have just a new language of communication, that's where a breakdown can kill you in a game, in a stretch, in a season. So it's not like these guys stink. It's not like I'm down on the coach. My biggest concern, Mark, and I wonder how you see that transferring over on the field, is just the newness, really the language, the communication, and just how brand new everything is on defense.
Yeah, there might be some different ways that they call it, terminology, different coverages. Everybody runs cover 1. Everybody plays cover 2. Everybody plays cover 3 and cover 4. Those are the main coverages that you play in the National Football League. It's not from high school to college to the National Football League. It's really not that complex. And they may be, different verbiages or different languages called for it. From me going to Philadelphia to New Orleans, we ran the same coverages. It was just different verbiages. From New Orleans going to Kansas City, playing under Marty Schottenheimer, we played the same coverages. It was just different verbiages. So this is your job. I just can't emphasize it anymore that, people say like, well, they're in a new system. He's new to the team. If you're a veteran guy, you pick that thing up just like that, or you're not going to have a job. And, the communication factor, we just don't have a leader on that side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, to really get those guys in the back end and hold those guys accountable. Yeah. When we were there, Reggie White held us accountable. Byron Evans, Seth Joyner, those guys held us accountable. Andre Waters held me accountable. Wes Hopkins held me accountable. There's no guys out there that's going to hold these guys accountable. And, you just see the lack of leadership on the team.
That's huge, man. That's huge, man. You're absolutely right, man. Because at this point, we have a young guy, Alex Singleton. We like a lot on. He's a friend of the show, and Alex he's shown the ability to go out. He had 120 tackles last year. He made some plays, but why do we not go out there and emphasize getting those type of dogs? Going out and getting guys. Like what Dallas did. Going out and getting a linebacker in the first round.
Yeah,
that's he's gonna make it happen. Parsons gonna make it happen. I don't see it, man. Tough.
Hold on, Philly fans. Hold on, Philly fans.
Hey, Mark, what do you make of this strange situation between the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers right now?
Aaron wants out, man. It's plain and simple. If you turn down that amount of money, obviously, discount double check ain't hurting for no money. He's not hurting for no money, man. He wants to get out of Green Bay, and with the deal that they'd offered, it was going to be 5 more years. He don't want to spend 5 more years in Green Bay where it's cold. This dude
I thought that was a major point of emphasis. I thought he wanted more assurance that he was going to be the guy going forward. And Love wasn't going to be a fact. Well, Love wasn't a factor. They gave him the extension he wanted. They gave him the money that he wanted. He just doesn't like the GM that bad that he would turn out $21 extra million. That's $21 extra million over what he's going to be making.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to be turning down. But obviously, he's going to make a lot of money off the field. He's out here. He's golfing with Phil Mickelson and DeChambeau and Tom Brady. He's not hurting for any money, man. He's having a great time, and if he ends up in Green Bay, it's going to be he's going to plug right in. They're going to win a lot of games. They'll be in the playoff hunt. But what does that say for Jordan Love? For that young kid, he's sitting at home like, is Aaron coming in? Is he not coming in? And I remember, when I came in, Ben Smith was the guy, and Eric Allen was holding out, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, if Eric comes in, somebody's got to go. So that just really played on my mind. I saw Eric walk in the locker room. Everybody's like, "Yo, EA, glad to have you back." And in my mind's like, "Wait a minute, I might be going tomorrow."
Ben was Valdosta State. Was he like Valdosta State or Ben
Jordan Love?
No. The cornerback you was talking about. Ben,
okay. Where he went?
Yeah.
Jordan Love went to Utah State, I think.
Yeah. You figure he's been preparing, all off season, and is he going to be the starter? Is he not going to be the starter? He's been taking reps according to court that they come out publicly like he's having bad days in practice, and then he comes back and has a great day in practice. So it's up in the air. But man, I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan, man. Do what you got to do to get what you want to Aaron Rodgers. You already proved everything. You're going to be a Hall of Famer. You're a Super Bowl champ. You're MVP. I know Denver is flaring out, numbers are out there, but, The Raiders are always looking for something. You know, they got money. They'll find a way to get it done. But I don't know. The Raiders their president just stepped down, so it's a little confusion out here in Vegas as well.
Yeah, I'm curious though. Just on the heels of that, Mark, what do you feel? And this is your own opinion, like your gut, not necessarily what's been public or stated out there, because I know teams are always going to cover their own rears until they cut a player mercilessly out of their existence on the team. But what do you honestly believe the confidence level is in Carr?
Zero.
There you go.
Zero. You know,
that's what I was looking for, like from a 0 to 10%. I wasn't going to lead the witness and say, do you have a 0%? But I'm thankful at least you gave that answer, right? None.
Yeah. He's a good NFL quarterback, but if you're trying to put yourself in the elite status to try to get over the hump, because, you know, the Chargers, they got a young stud over there. And, you know, obviously Patrick Mahomes is the king. And you look at Buffalo and what they have in their quarterback situation. And here is just, you know, he's a nice guy. Put it like that. That's everybody's always like, oh, nice. Derek Carr's a nice guy. He does great things in the community. He's good with his family. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, we're trying to win some dang on ball games, man. So they haven't put any emphasis on that quarterback position. They bring in Marcus Mariota, who was, you know, he's a journeyman now, but put some pressure on him and bring somebody in that's going to put your franchise over the top, because they do have some young pieces on that offensive side of the ball. You know, they got receivers. You got Jacobs, who's a running back. You know, they made some improvements in the offensive line. They upgraded their defense, the defensive line. Their secondaries is still a little suspect. I'm a big Jonathan Abram fan, but he's got to stay on the field too. You know, he's a little hothead in the secondary, but for Derek Carr, man, it's like I'm out here and I'm on the radio and I don't pull no punches, you know. And if I see him in the supermarket, he probably roll his eyes at me because I can keep it real.
Oh man, that is great. That is great. What's now? Are you back in this area? I know you mentioned that you were at this event in Lansdale, so you make it back to this area a lot.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to start doing more appearances back in Philadelphia. I'm scheduled to come back there twice next month to do some charity events as well. You know, I'll be back at the local tab doing some celebrity bartending. We're in the works of doing a Grill and McMillan bourbon tasting at a golf club that's going to be scheduled for next month as well. So all the proceeds that we're doing this for, man, is to help these young men, you know, have a better opportunity. You know, because I work with kids all over the country, and you know, there's a lot of bullying that's going on, and especially with social media, you see it with even I get attacked. I'm sure you guys get some tweets every now and then to be like, "Yo, dude, if you was in my grill, come on now, you wouldn't be saying that." But behind that keyboard and that iPhone, oh, they tough. They're real tough. So you know, I want to try to help these kids out, man. That's feeling the pressure. Take them out, you know, meet guys like you guys, bring them in the studio, meet guys like Barrett Brooks, you know, take them to the Eagles training camp just to see a different side of it, that, you know, you don't have to be the macho guy or the funny guy or the class clown or the best athlete, you know. So I just want to use my platform to the best of my ability, man. And Philadelphia has always been like a second home to me, man. Every time I come back, I get a ton of support, man. People jump on board, they rally. So I appreciate you guys giving me this platform as well.
Well, Barrett and Eytan, he just mentioned bourbon and golf course in the same sentence. So I think we would have interest in promoting that.
Honestly, look, man.
No question. We'll make it happen.
We have 2 courses here between Harry's course and my own, where we can have all 4. That's a foursome. We can have all 4 of us go out. We could do the show. Harry knows I love to. Out on the course.
Well, at this point, Mark's also a member of the Jaws courses.
Oh, he
is? Of
is?
course he's a member.
Yeah.
Anybody who played for the Eagles is a member of the. Barrett's always skipping out once a week to go play golf. It's ridiculous. All right, we got to break in the network real quick. We're back in 3 with Mark McMillan hanging on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Yeah, he's always out golfing once a week. Meanwhile, we try to talk about the Open or whatever, and he's out.
Whenever Jaws calls, Barrett goes.
It's amazing.
Yep.
And amazing.
Yeah.
We can't even get in on like the most neglected of all the. Like, give us the course that's on the bottom of the list for Jaws's. what does he own 10 now?
Valley Brook,
right?
probably.
Well, whatever it is, and it's still a nice course. I'm just saying, like, the throwaway where it's like, Mark or Barrett comes up to Jaws and say, "Hey, man, I need a favor. I've got, cousins of an uncle coming in that want to play golf. Not anywhere like great. Just, do you have someplace I can go? Oh, yeah, here's Valley Brook. Like, that's all we need."
Hey, it's not my fault, man. It's not my fault that I played.
That's the best answer off the hookup.
I'm like Conor McGregor. I apologize to no one.
Right. To absolutely no one.
Nor should you, Mark. No, should you, by all means. Play wherever you can. Trust me.
So, being out there.
Definitely want to get you guys involved, man, with my wine and bourbon tasting.
Please.
Distillery that I did in Hershey, Pennsylvania is called Hidden Steel. So they're on board to anything I got going on. So if you guys want to come to the country club that we're in the works with doing, we can do the show there too, man.
Yeah.
Are you able to say the club that you're working with?
I can't say that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say that yet
because it's not in stone yet.
Is it in PA, Jersey?
Yeah, it's not in stone. It's in PA.
Okay. Harry and I are in PA. Barrett, as you know, is in South Jersey. That's fine. That's fantastic. We got to start. I mean, look, are you looking to do this consistently at the same club, or are you looking to bounce around? Because we should do this at both where I am a member and where Harry's a member. Harry's at 1912. I'm at Huntington Valley.
I'll do whoever will have me.
There you go.
Trust me, I'll get the bourbon there. I'm working with a grill company as well, so we'll be able to transport the grill, and I will be there to grill personally myself, and you guys can do the bourbon tasting.
Wow,
Harry's already there.
Oh,
it's a done deal.
I'm already there. You're not even looking at Harry. That's like the silhouette of the cartoon where they jet.
Right.
The silhouette is still there before it dissipates.
Yeah, I'm already on the way.
Oh man. Who you got tonight?
Harry's got the cigar. Harry's got the cigar and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, got those too. Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah. Who do you got tonight? Suns or the Bucks?
You know what? My family. I met my wife in Phoenix. My kids are born in Arizona. I've lived there for like over 20-something years, but it's hard to not want to pull for the Bucks. And every time I see a commercial or I see something with Giannis, I'm like, I want to pull for that guy. Obviously down the stretch, man, they've been playing really good. And, it's not like Milwaukee has never been there. They've been knocking on the door for the last 3 or 4 years. And it seems like it's their time. And, the Phoenix Suns, this is only their first year being back in the big show since Charles Barkley. So they can wait a little bit, but it will be huge for Milwaukee to win that game. And the classic thing I saw was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar rocking a Milwaukee shirt with his own name on it. I said, that's OG right there. If you're Kareem, you can wear whatever you want.
That's a heavy-duty flex right there.
Now, speaking of Kareem, now to be fair, some of these awards weren't around back then. But to your point, Mark, as we have we're winding down here, 3 more minutes, and then we're out, overtime coming up. But if Giannis wins the championship, assuming he'll win the Finals MVP as well, although if Chris Middleton is the lead scorer tonight, he actually has an argument to this. But anyway, it's going to be Giannis.
Yeah, it'll be Giannis. So.
2-time MVP, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year, NBA championship, Finals MVP. Now, again, in certain cases, a guy played in an era where there wasn't an award like this, like the MVP or DPOY, for example. But there's only one other person in the history of the NBA that has that combination. 2 MVPs, DPOY, championship, Finals MVP. Happens to be Michael Jordan. That's it. That's it. Tim Duncan never got Defensive Player of the Year. Hakeem and Kevin Garnett never got the second MVP. David Robinson never got a Finals MVP or a second MVP. Like this championship is going to solidify Giannis, not just as an all-timer, but arguably as the best big to ever play, which is crazy.
I was hold on. Don't say the big to ever play now. There's some old timers out there that was there.
Bill Russell is going to say
Kareem and Bill Russell. Yeah.
I'm a huge Laker fan. I've never seen nobody dominate the game like Shaquille O'Neal. I just never seen anybody dominate the game on both ends of the floor when he was in top shape, you know, when Kobe was pushing him and riding him. I know what Giannis is doing is incredible, but I will put Giannis in the paint with Shaq, and it'll be like, whoa, he'll just be another guy. Shaq absolutely dominated the game. It was almost like Reggie White, and you know, and I used to see the fear in some of those D linemen's eyes. It's like, yo, and I used to always talk trash. You know, I used to always go to the offensive tackles and be like, you know, he's a little upset today, so you might want to say your prayer. If you don't pray, he's gonna pray for you.
Mr. White.
Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, Mark.
We're definitely
Appreciate
doing
it, Mark.
again. So thank you.
Appreciate it, bro.
I appreciate you guys, man. I'll keep in contact with you guys. I'll be in town, and I'll reach out to you.
Awesome.
All right, thanks, bro.
That's the great Mark McMillan. Thank you, sir.
All right, keep up the good work.
Overtime coming up next. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Anything else you need?
No, at Mark McMillan 29 on Twitter.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hang around. You got overtime next. If not on Sports Map like Ron, we need to do fake news. We'll do that tomorrow.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
Welcome to the Wildwoods, the perfect place where you can safely do everything or nothing at all. Catch a wave, take a nap, go for a drive, grab a bite. It's your vacation, and we're doing everything we can to make it a safe one. The Wildwoods. Your vacation, your way.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at ibew98.org.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
All right, we're back on overtime. Got about 8 or 9 minutes left here. Harry Mays and Barrett Brooks right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. Smash that like button and spread the word. I see the subscriber base is now up over 5,700. We were just at 5,000 just about, maybe 3 weeks ago. So even during the slow time of the summer, Barrett, the channel is growing subscribers.
Wait till football season comes.
I know.
Start doing our breakdowns and everything else, man. That's the great thing, man, about leaving the summer, going into the fall. There's so much, what I'm saying, so much anticipation for myself, understanding, that this Eagles team, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know, man. At this point, we don't know what we're going to get from them.
No,
and
you don't. But the one thing we do know is they don't have a lot of cap flexibility. And I just saw a tweet from Mike K, who covers the team, at Mike_E_K. The Eagles are projected to have $4.877 million in cap space per the NFLPA. Now that is not a lot of money, and
No,
they still have some people to sign, I believe. I don't think Dickerson's signed.
Nope, he's sold out.
Dickerson is signed. The Zach Ertz situation still needs to play out in some way, shape, or form. But if people are getting excited, or still getting excited about them signing some cornerback of value, they don't have enough money.
Well, they can't do it unless they let Ertz go.
Yeah,
that gives them like another $4 million they can count towards the cap when they let him go.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand it, man. I mean, they really think that they're gonna, if they wait till the last minute, they're gonna have somebody come in and swoop in and trade for him.
Give him a 6th or 7th round draft pick.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily that; it's his contract, because Ertz, he wants to get traded. That way, he gets traded with that $7.5, $8 million. He'll make that money. But at this point, nobody wants to pay him that much.
No,
and he's definitely not going to get after he gets cut.
Right.
So, I mean, if I was Ertz, I'd want to stay. Say what you want to say. That's $7-8 million that I'll have, as opposed to getting cut and maybe making the veteran minimum, maybe $1 or $2 million.
Yeah, but don't you think he's better? He's better at this point in his career than the veteran minimum, isn't he?
Well, at this point, who has the money to really sign?
Well, that's another question. Yeah, like does a team where he would want to go have enough space, like the Colts? I don't know what their cap situation is, but let's say that's the one team that comes to mind the most. But the reason I bring this up, not only just because Mike K tweeted it, is that bring it back to this discussion that Jimmy Kempski started with the column that you and I both read on Philly Voice, where it said, maybe it's time that the Eagles should consider trading Fletcher Cox.
Yep.
I mean, I'm looking at his contract, and this year he's on the books for $23.88 million. All right.
Wow.
And next year he's on the books for $23.78 million. Then you could easily, walk away from him because the dead money drops to $6 the year after, and there's no base salary, and it's a lot of roster bonuses and things like that. So you still have a team acquiring him would still have 2 full years, at a certain number. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it's something to think about. I'm not saying let's campaign to get Fletcher Cox out of here. But if you get a second round pick for him and the cap relief on a team that really isn't, despite what the most ardent fans might say, are not equipped really to make a run this season.
Well, exactly. So you look at Fletcher Cox. Is he at the prime? His prime, he had 10.5 sacks in his prime. That was the highest number of sacks he's had. So you're paying a player $24 million for 6 sacks worth of production.
Yeah.
Now that's from the Eagles' standpoint. But we know that he brings a lot more to the table. He gets double teamed. He gets triple teamed all day.
Yeah.
He's still a force. And the reason why he doesn't have the production the most out of it is because he gets double and triple teamed. But then you look at it from this aspect. Oh, so does Aaron Donald.
Right.
They changed the whole offense to just block one man. So if you look at it, is he worth it at this point, keeping him around with a team that really doesn't have anything going for him the next 2 or 3 years? That's a lot of cap space.
Something to think about.
Yeah, right.
It really is. You talk about the sacks. I mean, sacks generally isn't a defensive tackle stat that you really look for. But the problem is with all the attention that he draws, the guys around him aren't getting enough sacks.
And there lies the problem.
Yeah.
When you're opposite of Fletcher Cox, that means the guy on the other side should be having a headache because he's getting the one-on-one block. Because he's going to draw the double team. So you're one-on-one. You should win every single time. That's why I thought Malik Jackson was going to be a great signing here. He didn't do anything.
No, he
you know?
totally
He
underperformed.
just a drop, but
You
come on,
you mentioned 2018. That's when he had the 10.5 sacks and 34 QB hits.
Right.
But in the next two seasons, 2019, 2020 combined, he had 10 sacks and only 19 quarterback hits.
Exactly.
In 2 years combined. So it's obvious that we're on the decline here.
Well, you look at it it's right around the Super Bowl year where he was the most productive. And that's when they had the most success on defense.
Right.
He was a force then. And like I said, I work with, working with guys that understand what that position, how you benefit from that position. And we understand that, he's going to get double team and triple team. We understand that. But you still have to go out there and be a force. When as an offensive coordinator, when you're making your game plan, he has to be the focal point of you stopping him in order to run your offense. So you got to take this play out because that means he's one-on-one. So we got to run to the opposite side, which might not be our strength side. Or we can't run a 7-step drop because we know that he's going to be in there. He's going to generate pressure.
He's going to implode the pocket.
Exactly. Yeah. So those are all things that you're thinking of, as far as, what a defensive lineman. Does he fit that bill? Yes, he does. But is he at the level of an Aaron Donald? But he's getting paid like an Aaron Donald. And there lies the problem.
Aaron Donald's the best player in the league.
There's no question about that.
Yeah.
No question. Unblockable.
Yeah.
The only way he gets unblocked, he gets blocked is when he blocks himself and he'll run away from the play because that's where the defense is telling him to go.
Right. Now he mentions a couple of teams here throwing some darts. The Chargers, because they've just under $20 million in cap space.
What's his name's gone too also.
Well,
so
Ingram.
Ingram's gone, so they need somebody that could rush up the middle, with Bosa being there.
And the Seahawks, anytime a defensive player of note is available, the Seahawks are always thought of as a team. That would be interesting. So I find that really funny. The Patriots, even though they drafted Christian Barmore in the second round, and then he puts down here the Cardinals because they've taken the quote-unquote all-in approach this offseason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's a team, but, it makes a lot of sense for him to go somewhere like, the Chargers. It also makes a lot of sense for him to go somewhere like Dallas.
Oh, no, they're not trading. They could never trade him to Dallas. I don't think they're trading him, period, but they would never trade him to Dallas.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't even stomach that, Barrett. All right. Eytan will be back tomorrow for the full show. We'll do a lot of NBA breakdown. Of course, the championship tonight could be decided.
Yep.
Eytan is distraught because he had Suns in 6. Don't let him fool you into thinking it's any other reason than that.
That's the only
Barrett,
reason.
You and I know. We know it. We all see it. We all see it. So, all right. Until tomorrow, just stay tuned for Cilio this afternoon, man. He'll be talking more football right here on the JAKIB Media YouTube channel. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out JAKIB Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the JAKIB Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the JAKIB Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.